I'm not racist when one considers reality in the only way possible, really, which is through the lens of universal pinpoint and moral precision as the scale for what is right, what is sane, what is just. Okay? Everyone else is doing the wrong thing but me, and my parents are blameless. Now we look at the animosity that black people feel toward white people. Okay? Personally, I'm mixed, but that wouldn't change my stance. My response is heroic. It's not animal-like. Okay? Black people have been conditioned by the corporate state and other black people helping them to respond like an animal to create a certain contrast. You know, they even call each other dog. You know, what's up, dog, and so on and so forth. I used to hang out with them. I'm not like, the purpose of the video isn't to bash thugs. It's certainly not to elevate the token minority. But my response is heroic. It's not token minority. It's not bootlicking Republican token minority. It's not ghetto thug. I'm not a thug because I'm not from the ghetto, and it's not my nature to be a thug. It's my nature to respond as a hero. It's the difference between Horus and Set. Set is even the word set, a gang set, right? His territory, his grouping, okay? A set, right? To set the stage, to be set up, to settle. The settler. The settler and the colonialist culture and all the cultures that are allowed are from Set, who's a deity of foreigners. Foreign to what? The Royal African Falcon top martial arts order. Foreign to the Egypt, and Egypt, Pharaoh, who is the living Horus, is the core and the center of Egypt. He's the center of all of humanity. As Egypt is a trade route center, and all through the known world, nobody was able to make an argument that their type of person was superior and certainly not more righteous or better at martial arts. So Pharaoh was the archetype of the ideal man. Righteousness, justice, sky law, a deity of justice, the sky law, which means righteousness by default, a deity of pinpointed universal moral precision. He dealt with many peoples who set up shop in the area. Okay, you know, they came in with chariots and camels and horses and all kinds of stuff, and he dealt with them and said, this is what's fair universally. Okay? And he was mixed over time, especially, okay, because he looked at women as universal people and not as racial people. Okay? He treated people fairly. So I don't take anyone's side. You see what I'm saying? I take God's side. I'm on the side of righteousness and justice and universal pinpoint and moral precision, and I think it is despicable for people whose ancestors conceded that my path is divine and the greatest to now pretend that their cultures are divine and that I should be a second-rate version of them and that their women should shun me for cult of the flesh-based ideas, corporate state ideas, traditionalism, and things that come from Set, who's a deity of foreigners, foreign to the martial art order again, and the principles of evil and confusion, which by default means rape by deception. What happens when you're drunk? You can't think straight. What happens if you've been raised to be confused and you live your life in a way that you're confused about who you are and what you want? All sex is people taking advantage of you. Sexual exploitation, misdirection, trickery, based rape, confusion, based rape, subtle coercion, based rape. What will happen if you don't conform? Okay? What are the expectations of people and society? You see the difference between me and other people? Why aren't they making the same argument? I'm facing the entire world with universal pinpoint and moral precision. How could you think for a moment they're comparable to me? Why would you want to live and die for evil instead of rallying to me and obeying God through me? It's open and shut. I have triumphed, and it ends with me because of what everyone else is doing. Tech, breeding, and ill-gotten gains, generational ill-gotten gains. Just one of these points is enough to make it crystal clear to the insightful person and to the sane person why there's no possible moral path after I'm gone. Tech by itself is unnatural, it's unreasonable, it's the path of the future. Breeding, right? You control breeding and you breed based on false pretenses. Okay, you create an evil world, and your children are not worthy, they're not trustworthy, they're not the offspring of the worthy. You're trying to pick figs from thorn bushes. It doesn't work that way. Okay, generational ill-gotten gains, right? You're drunk off the blood of the saints. There's no path of redemption. Just one of these points by itself proves me right.